Felicia. And then after Felicia, we will have Lauren, Frisco.
You can say
that. Then we will have Brittany Tanner, and we'll close our performances with Destiny. Woo!
Thank you. So I don't think I've ever done a reading of my book. But that'll be something. But the title of my book is Soul Affirmations, and now you're a little bit more familiar with my story. It is a toolkit for mothers who are investigating grief's process. And I think I'll start with my introduction, and if it's fitting, I'll say an affirmation for you all. Maybe you both can say it back with me, and we can talk about it. Okay. So, this book is dedicated for my Kanye soul. When I thought nothing could come from this, you came and taught me the deepest unconditional love. There is no moment I exist separate from you. Three days after I experienced the double transition of my daughter, time brought me to the doorsteps of my home. Forced to cross the threshold into an unimaginable truth, I returned to the place that was prepared to raise the child I was carrying without the child I carried. Instead, my arms and hands were filled with bags and boxes containing the items necessary for my body's postpartum journey. My husband had the same. Evidence we had a baby that we could not hold. Heavy with the weight of heartbreak, setting down those things brought no ease. My arms ached for my child more than my body labored to have her. I searched the hallways and corners of my mind's processing to make sense of what had happened. These walls without her never made sense. They only housed my suffering. The immediate days following felt long and lonely. My despair sent me searching for reprieve. Not to mention my new truth awakened the telling of unmentionable losses along with well-intentioned, unpurposed phrases that only added to my anguish. I began to ask myself why and search for a reference. Looking for someone, anyone who shared an experience like mine, who understood the pain and who could tell me how they were getting through. In my search, I found that no glass breaks the same. Still, I learned I was not the only one broken. In fact, finding mothers at different walks of loss helped me to grieve. It was the fearless and courageous telling of their truths that empowered me and helped me put together the pieces of my identity and accept my becoming an angel mother. Admittedly, this frame of mind wasn't something that was undoubtedly understood. One might hear the sounds of loss echoed by raging screams with a brook of tears in the days leading up to this understanding. Spending days feeling that nothing could come from this heartache. No overcoming or empowering narratives. No ahas for anyone trying to rationalize the meaning of my despair. The pathway of my process had to put together pen and paper to understand and honor the truth within me, away from the outward noise of reason. And just as time is the only measure in offering new tomorrows, I needed each today in its very timing to allow myself to experience, interrogate, and investigate the honesty of what I was feeling and what I understood about grief. Encouraged by my husband's courage to lean into the processing of his grief after experiencing the loss of his brother, Kareem Johnson, I found myself taking note of the meaning between my pen and paper and reading between each line to see what grief came to teach me. And it is here on these pages where you will find pieces of my journal entries. On these pages, you will find evidence of my processing, a processing that I found could not be rushed, a processing that required its timing. The timing helped me understand that the grief I was feeling was love, a love that I had for my child and its intense growth with each passing day. These pages are the evidence of taking the time to process this truth and affirm this knowing. And for what my eyes were seeking, these pages are for reference. Rather than a detailed roadmap on how to grieve, I mean for this book of affirmations to be a resource amidst outside noise into understanding one's truth. You will find with each affirmation a space for personal reflection as an invitation to one's own process. Let the space for writing be a toolkit to honor one's grief, to honor the love, for it is a love that I found infinitely remains. For the mothers who are grieving, who haven't had time to find their words. For the mothers who in anguish have felt piercingly alone. For the mothers who are still mothers despite what someone else's eyes see. For the mothers who, while navigating the complexities of their own grief, courageously and willingly share their story. For mothers who are experiencing love and defining their truth. There is something special about the process. It is yours, it is ongoing, it is present, it is ever, it is always, it is. So the following affirmations are intended for mothers who are journeying through different walks of loss. Each affirmation is written to assert and declare what is true amidst the outward noise of the road and the nuances that are accompanied with grief. With each affirmation is a space for personal reflection as an invitation to lean into the process of where one is currently standing in their grief. Let the space for writing be an opportunity to honor and experience the grief as love. So I know y'all don't have a pen and paper, but we can, I can start with my first affirmation. And it reads, I'm grateful to be a mother, differently than I ever imagined, but not a deficiency in who I am. I am a mother. This affirmation was written after, I guess I kind of shared the story when I was talking with you all. But I remember when I realized that I was feeling the way I was feeling because I was her mother. But hearing from other mothers who had experienced loss that I was a mother too really encouraged me in my journey. But I remember very specifically in 2020, I think it was like March, we were sitting outside and I was doing some writing about just what the experience of COVID had been. And I realized that I'd actually rather have experienced this love than to never have experienced it at all. And it helped me to see that, okay, I am still a mother, and I am still experiencing this love. It's just different, but it's not a deficit. And so I picked this affirmation as my first affirmation for the text, really because I just wanted to affirm that very first place of insecurity and grief after losing a child. And I think I will pick another one that I still actually work with. And this one's on page 32. And it reads, when I'm living without comparison, I see so much more beauty. This, I'll read it again. When I'm living without comparison, I see so much more beauty. And this affirmation is very important to me. It's one that I'm still actively in the practice of. It's the reminder that I need to not compare my journey to another mother's. It can be challenging though, when you're seeing other beautiful families and you wish that your family looked the way you had intended. But the reframe is that there is beauty in my dream, that I am still experiencing love. Oh God, that's my God right there, y'all. That is my God. And I'll share this one as a final affirmation. And this is the one that I think we all can practice. And it reads, it's on page 56, and it reads, when we share our stories and are open about our feelings, we create room for compassion and connectedness. We create room for reference. We create room for love. What did I say, pages? I said 56. Thank you. When we share our stories and are open about our feelings, we create room for compassion and connectedness. We create room for reference. We create room for love. This affirmation is a reminder for myself and for anyone else to please share your story. If I did not hear those stories of those other mothers, I may have been silent. It is so very important that we talk about our experiences, and that in our conversations with one another, there is compassion, there is love, there is connectedness, that human need, and there's reference. Thank you again, Reeve, for being this form of reference.
Thank you so much, Felicia. Now we're going to have Soul Lauren, Soul Frisco, bless us for about 8 minutes. I got to tell Lala about 8 minutes, sis.
That's perfect.
It's perfect?
Yeah,
Okay.
'cause I had timed it to 15, but I could do 8.
Thank you, sis. Thank you, sis.
Do me a favor, actually. I gotta sing tomorrow morning.
So we're going to have Lauren bless us, and then right after Lauren finishes, Britt, you can come, and then Destiny gonna close us out.
At the weight ground?
At the weight. What'd you say, Rika?
At the weight ground?
At the weight room. Oh, wow. Thank y'all for engaging already, just for being a part of this entire experience. I'm gonna take you into a project called Good Grief that started forming during quarantine, and you will prayerfully get that next month if all continues to go as planned. And then I'll take you to a project called C25 and 26. And that was a project in collaboration with DJ Basta and Noble, 2 producers out in Oakland who collaborate with artists throughout the Bay, and they just kind of create our own thing. Everything is very, very unique as far as production and writing and all of that. And yeah, there's a lot of songs from that project that came from my practice of Good Grief, and one of my practices is meditating, and so that's how I remember. Again, remember, Good Grief is about remembering. But yeah, so you'll hear I Feel It, which is the first single off of Good Grief, which is out now, so you can actually listen to that now, and then you'll get Meditate. Is that cool?
Yes.
All right. Oh, this is Clay.
Yay.
I had the honor and privilege of playing with Clay in Antioch. Yeah. We were in Antioch. That was the first time I performed in Antioch. But when we did I Feel It, he brought this flute out, and I was like, yes. Remember I told y'all about, my intention around instrumentation in this music. This is that. Y'all are literally seeing me in ritual. I write all of my songs from usually this piano or a grand piano if I'm near one, but it starts like this. I'm really inviting you into my process. So this is real intimate. So, be gentle. Okay. All right. Yeah, just making sure we can hear.
feel. All of the things I don't wanna face. Clear my mind, pray, meditate over my space. I push through until time comes and light breaks, and I feel it all over me, and I feel much better, so much better. Since I laid my burdens down, I feel it all over me, feel it all over me. I feel
always gets me every time. Last one. Now that you're in and you're now healing feels good, right?
Yeah, we feel better.
That's why I say healing all over, babe. Because it's sexy, okay? Healing is a sexy thing. When you're doing it right, it gives you a flow, a little swag. Healing in the bay. Anyway, that's healing in the bay. That's how it goes. But it's okay. I'm going to get into this next one. It's called Meditate. I know folks, we come from so many different spiritual backgrounds, but if you can just bear with me and just think of meditation as intentional breathing, can we agree? Meditation is intentional breathing. Can we agree on that definition? For universal definition of that? So we don't, get too spooky for some people, and just it's breath. Breathing is spiritual in and of itself. So I'm gonna do this record. It's called Meditate, and it has an invitation for you to breathe with me. So when that invitation comes, you'll hear it. Just do it. Just breathe. Yeah. I'm sorry, Clay. Thank you. I'm really still stuck in hearing his flute a little bit in my spirit. So I know. It's just. This is a part of that process, y'all. Like, ooh. Thank you, Clay.
And with her keys and her voice, I know I'm gonna be all right.
I'm putting her where she supposed to be.
She was on the floor.
Yes.
You know babies be falling on the floor. they be rolling out the bed and everything. Oh, what key you want? Oh, same one? I give you that one. I say do your bowl. No, don't. They don't trust the bowl. I like the key. This one? Affirmations. You need a pen? And a paper, actually.
myself.